All right, I'm back, I guess, for the second half of this stream, and I'm making a game with Arcadia, Clojure and Unity, which is going to be it's like a clone of Super Hexagon, a bad clone of Super Hexagon. And the first stream ended because I could not figure out how to get an on-trigger collision to fire. And I figured out, I guess the problem was something needs to be a rigid body for collisions to work at all in Unity, which I forget a lot. Um, and I think maybe it can't be kinematic. Let me try. No, it can be kinematic, which is good. Um, so in case you want something to only move where you tell it to move. Um, yeah, I thought I tried that the first time. I guess not. But we're in business. There's something logging down here whenever it collides. Um, so if I say like start a new game, it seems to fire when you first clone the thing, which is worrying. I don't understand. It's like firing twice. Yeah, there's nothing to collide with. Fire when you first. So let me see. Maybe I should find out what it's actually colliding with. Which um, Unity collision. It's got a collider. It's got context. It's got a game object. Wait, is that what I'm looking for? On, wait, on trigger, enter. Yeah, it's okay. It's a wait, it's a collider, not a collision. Well, let's just try to log game object of C. Oh, segment. Okay, so it's colliding with segment. That's good. When I start the game, it's colliding with itself twice when I start. That's disappointing. Um, okay, so when not equals. All right, so when this thing is not called ball, then log, it's real. We're really doing something bad. Okay, so nothing, and then bang, it hit something. um, usually when I make a game, I keep a to-do file just to keep track of what's going on here. So I'm just gonna start a new file. To do. I keep my to-dos as closure files because they're pretty. So we need to end the game when you hit a segment. We need some sort of like, game start screen. Maybe not a menu because I want to finish this up in an hour, but a game start screen, a game over screen, and then these patterns. You can't just like have completely random segments because you'll basically get, things that are impossible. You always want to have like a path through it. Um, so I want some sort of pattern scheduler that I guess it should pick a random pattern from a list of hard-coded ones, and then it needs to sort of concat that into a queue. Because right now we're just picking a random pattern from this vector right here. That's why, I mean, you see these like biohazard patterns, and then like this, I don't know, there's like a smiley face-ish kind of pattern that comes up everyone. Yeah. Um, but we want to sort of schedule, like a vector, like one of these is maybe just one sequence. We want to randomly pick that and just sort of like add it to the queue, and then when we're out of stuff in the queue, we just randomly pick more of these. So that's I guess the big thing that's left to do. And this is really it I mean, after this I can just build the game and, it's an actual game. Um, oh, one thing I wanted to talk about, I was looking at the profiler while I was eating dinner, and you just occasionally see like these spikes like this, which, I mean, that's a garbage collection. And it doesn't happen that often, but it does happen. So, I mean, it's probably happening like every, 2 minutes or something right now. I mean, right, it doesn't look that bad. Occasionally you see a bad one that you would actually notice when playing. And then I was checking the profiler, and it's got just the update hook. There's 11 calls, and it's allocating 17 kilobytes every frame, which is pretty bad. Clojure is not the best language for, garbage memory, usage. It creates a lot of garbage and expects that you can clean it up quickly or don't care about it. So I mean, this probably doesn't need to get like optimized because it's just such a simple game, but it's a thing. But you can fix this kind of stuff. So there's 11 of these or 12 of them. So it's the actual segments that are calling it, and it's on their update. And there's not really a lot happening in their update. It's just like, it's setting the local scale. So that should be using no garbage whatsoever, pretty much. And the reason that's happening is because I've just got like a wrapper. Where's local scale? Yeah, I just have a wrapper that I guess checks to make sure this thing is a game object and then just does the interop. Um, so what I can do is I can hint this as a game object so it doesn't have to use reflection. So I guess these are both going to return Unity engine.gameObject, and then they're expecting Unity engine game object. I don't think the vector actually hinting the vector actually matters, but it doesn't hurt. All right, so if I refresh these, whoa, yeah, you can't. No. What did I mess up? Oh, I see. Okay, so if I reevaluate those and then reevaluate this and this for good measure. So let's see. Okay, so still using up a lot of garbage allocation. Yeah, you can see right here like a big spike that, I don't know. It took a lot of time to clean up all that garbage. Oh, okay. No, it did fix it. So now it's just allocating 3.5 kilobytes. 10. It's better. It's good enough. But basically, you can go through and fix, anything anything that's like causing these kind of allocations. I mean, maybe it would help if I like hinted this too. I kind of doubt it though. Yeah. This is fine. I mean, this you're probably going to go like, 15, 20 minutes before you actually get one of these like garbage spikes because it's not allocating that quickly. And it's cleaning up like smaller things and it's still within 100 frames per second, so that's fine. Anyway, all right, so what's next is let's make some sort of game over screen. So we've got a collide, deafen game over, and well, we can just destroy everything for now, I guess. Oh, that's not a function yet. Okay, no? C? Oh, I messed up my parentheses. Whoops. Oh, we have to kill this timeline. Because this thing just, I mean, it's sort of, it doesn't have anything it's associated with. It's just going to run forever. Um, these things will stop if you throw an error. So I think if I just do like a, um, running Atom. All right, just kill this right now. So when we start the game, we want to reset running to true. And when it's game over, to false. And down here, we'll just do okay, so if not running, I think I just could just throw. Can I do that? No, throw exception. I thought you could just throw whatever. Between a core. I think I have a special thing. Where's the throw? Abort? Yeah, abort. All right, so if you're not running, abort. Okay. Why are you still running? What is running? Running is false. Oh, no, 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 no. You need to actually call abort. Yeah. So nothing's happening because it's not. Okay, so this needs to actually, this timeline needs to start when we make the level. So every time you start the game, yeah, you get your things, and then when you hit, everything stops. Cool. So, I mean, we need, something needs to, I mean, you can't just have like an empty scene when the game is over. So let's just clone the camera back. Um, we need some sort of text, I guess. 3D text. I love this new orange outline you get with Unity's object selection. Character size. No, font size. Character size. Middle center. Yeah. And I just game over is fine. I'm not gonna get too fancy with like you know, effects or anything, I don't think. Alright, so clone the camera. Clone game over. And just do a little timeline. Wait 4 seconds. And start game. With nil, because I don't want to do that every frame. Okay, so I can move this. Wait, when is it? Okay, so I mean, there's sort of like a circular dependency I can already tell is going to happen right here because start game is used before it's actually defined. So I'm just going to declare start game. Everything has been okay. So now, oh wait, and this you should be like at the top. Because that's just ones and zeros. Just okay. Don't need you. All right. Okay. Where are you? Yeah, you can just go to 0, 0, 0. Oh, start game takes an argument because eventually I'm going to hook that into the empty on the scene so that this thing will actually start when you build the game. So just nil. Nil is fine. All right, hit something, game over, 3, 4, and it starts up again. All right, so we could do pretty much the same thing for the title screen. Just call it title screen. We'll give it an argument because I think that's what's going to be called by the start hook. All right. It doesn't need to reset anything. Clone camera. It needs all this. It needs a title, so we'll call this title. And the game is called Circle Train. All aboard the Circle Train. Capitalized Circle Train. And we need to, let's just make this press space to ride. Okay, so this can clone the title. I think I should clone the sun here too. And instead of waiting, it needs an input. I can just do this in a timeline. I don't need to add a update hook, I don't think. So function, a looped timeline, and if key down, space, yeah, that's a real key. If key down space, then you can just start game nil. All right, so if I call title screen, circle train, press space to ride. Okay, and then we die. And then, yeah, you should go back to title screen, which hasn't been defined yet. Game over. Circle train, space to ride. Okay. All right, so if I go to my to-do, give these things little boxes to make myself feel better. And yeah, so we did this. We've got this, we've got this. So we need to have a better pattern scheduler is the last thing to do for this game. So if we look, I'm just gonna make a second namespace for the data, just to keep things organized. So we'll call this game.data. It doesn't require or use anything. And it's called data.clj in the file. So we want to, we can require it. That's sometimes nicer. I don't require a lot of stuff in Arcadia just because it's less typing, but it's good practice. Okay, so evaluate this, evaluate that, and then this can get moved over here. All right, so this is what like a segment will look like. So we want like a lot of these. And then I guess we'll just make we'll make them by hand. Because one of the nice things about like super hexagon is you would have these levels that would sort of like alternate. So you would have like it would have like one hole, and then what's like the opposite side of that would be, just fill this all in. 2, 3. Yeah, so yeah, it would have patterns like this. So you would have to go to the complete opposite side. Hmm. All right, so over here, where are we pulling data from? It's oh, this timeline. Yeah, this is the segment time, the ring timeline. I think there was two running at once. Wow, that first one's a doozy. Yeah. Well, that's about impossible, so maybe that's a better. Where is that full one coming from? Whoa, that's like a race condition. Wow. Okay, that running. Oh wait, this namespace. I guess maybe this should be def once. Yeah, you should reset running false too. Yeah, that's the kind of pattern where they alternate. It's like exciting. That's impossible. I don't know why I did that. Oh, because it's just picking them at random. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Okay, so those, that's fine. Yeah, so we're gonna have, so these are like, yeah, this is like a hard-coded segment. Let's just call these segments. Or patterns? Patterns. Yeah, so this is one pattern. Um, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. Like two of these in a row. Nil, nil. Have a 2 gap. Nil. A 2 gap. Okay, so I want to pick a random one of these and then sequence that into the ring spawning timeline, which, I mean, there's probably a clever way to do this, but I'm just going to def patterns is going to be an atom. So that's just gonna be an atom of pattern segments. So I'm gonna take the first one off of there and use it, and then swap it with the rest or whatever. So I guess some sort of get pattern, defin get pattern, um, just to get the next thing, and if need be, fill it back up. So swap. Okay, so if all right, so if there's no patterns, like this should say true, right? Yeah, true. If there's no patterns, you need to oh, I guess I could just reset patterns to evaluate this. Oh, come on. Okay, patterns and game.data. All right, if there's no patterns, reset patterns, randf nth game.data. Like this is like a random. Yeah, that's a random. That's a random segment, hard-coded segment. Yeah, and I just reset patterns. Then so that'll fill it up, and then I want to just get the first one. So this is where I need to let the result be the first patterns. Swap patterns to the rest, and return res. And I don't need you. All right, so get pattern. Yeah. So I can, yeah, make ring, get pattern. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. So if I start the game, yeah, so that's the super hexagon. Okay, that's kind of like a bad segment. How is that even? I gotta find where that's coming from. Because it works just fine until you go back. No, that's fine. Yeah, it's obviously, there's several problems here. Um, the first one is that you can just press space whenever. So maybe that should have been an update hook. I guess we could just say if we can use this to short circuit the game over screen. So if you press space key and not running, the problem is that when you go back to the title screen, it'll just start. Yeah, I should just add a hook to this its own thing because that's just ridiculous. Um, oh, I can just add it to the camera. That gives me an object. And I need like an actual function with an arg. Okay, okay. So I can just start with title screen. Okay, press space to ride, and then space doesn't bring you back. That might have been the problem with the weird multiple ring things. That's really hard. That's like almost too hard. It's like barely doable. Um, I guess another thing is that where does this start? When we start the game, I want to reset patterns to just give you like a little room to breathe. Yeah, so that they don't just start right off the bat coming at you. Where am I spacing these out? It's intensity 10. Let's do this 0.5. Maybe that's, no, that's closer. Maybe 0.4. That's good. Um, I want this to be not perspective. Whoa. Wait, where's camera? I'll just do it here. Orthographic. Wow. Yeah, you're centered. Okay. Somehow you got borked. Title screen. Yeah. Cool. All right. I feel like the camera should slowly rotate. I guess they'll add some like stretch goals. Um, because we've got a pattern scheduler. Um, I can't remember how long I've been streaming, but I guess we'll try and finish it up in another like 15, 20 minutes. Um, need to actually, write some patterns. Is the last real thing we need to do. Um, so stretch features that I may or may not get into. There could be like a clock, that counts up the seconds, which is the score in the upper right corner, just so you see, how good you're doing. Um, a stretch goal could be actually like letting you know when that's like a new high score. Another stretch goal is the camera could rotate, just to make things, because I don't want to like shift these patterns, um, and I don't want them to become like too noticeable, like how you only get like C's and backward C's. So if the camera was like slowly rotating, you just really wouldn't notice that. But I guess I'll write some patterns. So go to data. So we've got maybe one that just kind of, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's cool. That could even be bigger, but maybe we'll just leave like a partial, and then we'll have one. that. We can have one like that. Maybe this one should have like a little buffer because it's weird. Whoa, yeah, that's way too hard. Easy? I mean, doable? Yep, doable. Something is just, oh, I think because you just can't, you gotta have like at least one buffer to make these doable so that they don't butt up against something that's like really bad. So, like these, yeah, so these need 3 spaces between them and at least 3 spaces in case they get butted up against each other. Um, these, like, I think are fine. Maybe just a nil beforehand. This guy needs a nil beforehand. Yeah, like that's, well, that's like impossible, but you could have seen it coming. Maybe I should start these things smaller. Um, like maybe, where are these created? Make ring. And then I want to scale, wait, map indexed. Yeah, so I'm pairing it to the ring. Okay, so I just want to set the local scale of the ring to, let's just try 0.1 and see what happens. Oh, they're tiny. Yeah. Oh, but they die too quickly. But you can see all the cool things that are coming. Okay, so these, how long is their life? Okay, so these things can wait like 8 seconds, maybe 7 seconds. And one quick thing. In Blender, wait, set the cursor to 0, 0. Cool. Yeah, no, that's like the same. I mean, it's not as good as it. very much not as good as Super Hexagon, but it's the same gameplay. Um, I don't need to put that delay in there because they take so long to scale up. Um, I think that might be it. So, just gonna save. Maybe make the game over a little shorter. And I guess I'm gonna build really quick just to show the last step. So I'm gonna save the project. I haven't saved a scene at all. So save the project. Um, I think everything here should be fine. Gonna go out of play mode. I don't need, yeah, this was the original default scene. Um, so let me just make an empty, call it hook. We do keep our clojure environment, so I'm still in game.core. So I can do hook plus. I should quote this just so that I can redo it if I ever need to replace this. Okay, so hook plus the hook start game.core slash tile screen. Okay, so that's got a hook. I don't need this in here. Save this. Save this scene as main. And I think I should just be able to build. Let me check build settings. uh, yeah, this kind of stuff. I hate when it doesn't have, what is it, resolution. Default is not full screen. Running background is fine. Yeah, resolution dialog, resizable window. I never seem to get this on the first try, but we also, I didn't put in a quit command, so you have to like force quit this on Windows. On Linux, it seems to be just easier to force quit stuff, but on Windows you have to like right click and maybe even use the task manager. I don't know. So add open scene, Linux x86 64. So I'm just going to create a builds folder, create a Linux, call this circle train. And kind of kick back because this is going to take, it could take quite a while. I'm not sure. I think Arcadia might actually be compiling like every single clojure file in here, which if so, it's something that needs to like fix in the future. Because like I didn't use like just a lot of stuff, and I think it's still going to compile all that. Um, which is, yeah, like this I didn't use any of this stuff, and it compiles like all of Clojure Core and Arcadia every single time too, because it's got like a bad dependency, sniffer for all this stuff. Um, so this takes longer than it should. It can be pretty fast if you don't have a lot of code in your thing, or this wasn't so weird. Okay. Hmm. No, yeah, I think 16 out of 17. I think that's an off by one debug thing. I think that actually means it compiled everything. So hold on to your butts. Whoa, what happened? Did Unity just crashed? Wow, right? Oh no, no, I maximized the wrong thing. Okay, press space to ride. All right, it works. So we have like a built game. Yeah, so like yeah, you can get past like some of these weirder parts. Like obviously, I would want to spend a lot more time like designing the levels and making sure that there always was a path through and adding, really cool music and special effects, but I'm not gonna like actually clone um, Super Hexagon. I just wanted to have something achievable for the videos. All right, thanks for watching. I had fun. Bye.